Video is giving you a quick overview of options that we have for tracking your learner's progress within the Pathway to Literacy foundation system. So you'll see on the website 3 options, and we will walk through each one of those quickly. So let's get started at the website. On the website, when you go to the Tracking Learners Progress page, you will see that you have option number 1, tracking all learners in one sheet. Option number 2, tracking learners within individual foundation levels. And then option number 3, printing charts to display the learner's progress. So let's get started looking at what option number 1 does. So option number 1 is a spreadsheet where you can load your student roster and track your learner's progress across all the foundation levels at one time. This really matches the way that learners progress through literacy, since it is possible for a learner to be demonstrating capabilities in more than one foundation level at one time. So they could be achieving tasks of level B and level A at the same time. A couple things about the way the spreadsheet works. First, you'll notice that the actual tasks matching each particular foundation level and each skill type within that level, they're embedded for your ease. So if you click on those, you'll go directly to the exact task that you are expecting the learner to accomplish or prove their capabilities within. So again, that is just all the way across the spreadsheet. All of the tasks are embedded so that you can just click on them as you're ready to test, and the students can do those alongside you. You'll notice too that the top pane and the leftmost pane here are frozen so that you can scroll all the way to the right or all the way to the left, since this is quite an enormous spreadsheet that should help you navigate pretty easily. And finally, within the system, we've set it up so that you can copy these star symbols to show that students have completed tasks. I often refer to these as badges, just a way of visualizing student progress. So if you just copy and then paste those into the cells as students are completing each task, you'll have a way of tracking. But there are other ways to track as well. You could use letters or other symbols, and we'll talk about that in another video on the website. So again, that's option number 1, which is tracking all your learners in one sheet. Let's take a look at option number 2, tracking learners within individual foundation levels. So here's an example spreadsheet of foundation level A. And you'll notice the spreadsheet is set up basically the same way. It's just a lot smaller because it includes only the tasks associated with Foundation A. If you go route number 2, you have the option of adding a computer application that allows your whole class roster to communicate directly with an individual student tab. So if you'll look here, CPAW has completed these items, and CPAW has her own individual tab. Because I entered this information on the main tab, the computer automatically entered the same information on CPAW's individual tab. So again, you have an option called 2 tabs add-on, which there's an additional explanatory video on the website about this. But that is the additional power of dividing your foundation levels down by per individual level. You can have that 2 tabs automatic option working for you. Finally, let's look at the third option. And you can use any combination of these options that work for you. The option number 3 is particularly to help visualize learners' progress for them and for the rest of the class. So you'll have an option to access this Google Slide series, which allows you to print for each foundation level A, there's B, C, and there's D, and each student a little chart to either put in a notebook for them or put on the wall. And then within that, you can print out these badges for students to cut and place on the individual tasks as they progress through them. So that is that third option. I hope you find something that works well for you and your students.